Hey, Knolly Williams here, your success coach, and today I want to talk to you about focusing on the 20%. Focus on the 20%. Just yesterday I was able to talk to a couple good friends of mine. We actually got to hang out at an 80th birthday party. Good friend of ours turned 80 years old, and we were just hanging out. We actually had a 50s theme. It was a lot of fun, actually. I got to wear my 50s get up and just goof off and have fun there. But I talked to actually two friends who were able to retire early, just like I did. And we were talking about now that they're retired and they've got more time, more free time on their hands. They got to reflecting back on the life they lived and really the things that they did. And the reality, and this is something that's a recurring theme when I talk to people that retire early, when they look back on the things that they did, of course, to be able to retire early, I got to say this, to retire early, you have to be doing some things right and smart, okay? It's not just living by default, it's living by design and realizing that you don't want to spend your entire life giving yourself to the system, being a slave to the system that's in play. Because I can tell you that much of the system that's in play is demonic, and it's just not of God. It's otherworldly. And so, but going back to the things that I find in common with people that are able to retire early and just enjoy life and enjoy the bliss, the free life that God has given, freedom that God has given. One of the things that when we look back, we can see all the time that we wasted. All the time that we wasted. And so one of the things that I want to do is I want to make sure that you don't waste time like I did and like many of my friends did. Although we were able to retire early, thank God for that. And most people don't get to retire early. Okay, I retired at 45 years old. This other gentleman there retired. I think he's in his early 40s. And so here's the thing, though. Or the thing that I want to relay to you, when we look back, we can see all the time that we wasted. You see, when you look at Pareto's principle, it's the 80-20 rule. That means that 80% of the things that you do are going to lead to 20% of your results. And 20% of the things that you do are going to lead to 80% of your results. So here's the thing. If you're willing to give up the 20%, you can cut out 80% of your activity. Let me say it again. If you're willing to give up the 20%, okay, you can cut out 80% of the activities that you currently do. A lot of times it just comes right down to you doing the right things, but doing them in the wrong order. That's what it boils down to. So here's how this looks. Let's say you're working an 8-hour workday, an 8-hour day, okay? Now, if you're working with Pareto's principle, you really only have to work 20% of that day, okay? And still get 80% of the results. Okay, that's like 1.6 hours. If you're working currently a 10-hour day, did you know that you would only really have to be working 2 hours a day to get about 80% of the results that you're getting by working 10 hours. It absolutely is true. I know it's true because it's the life that I live. Once I retired, I went ahead and started following Pareto's principle, and I cut my work schedule down to about 2 hours a day. So what I do is I work 9 to 11 every single day. We call that the 2. That's when you're actually doing lead generation. Now in the afternoons, I have appointments. I'll have a phone call here or a phone call there sporadically while I'm out doing the other things that I do. And by the way, for me, retirement doesn't mean just being just being lazy and not doing anything. Now I'm free to do the will of God, what God put me in this realm to do. I'm not a slave to the system anymore. I'm able to do what I was sent here for, okay? And I'm able to work whatever hours that I want to work. So here's the thing. Let's say your goal is to make $1 million. Did you know you've only got to work 20% of the time to make 800,000 of it? And you've got to put in 80% of the time to make that other 200,000. So all you've got to do, set your goals just a little bit higher and then follow Pareto's principle. Work on the 80-20. If you will commit to work 2 hours a day doing nothing but lead generation and follow the things that I teach you, and if you're in real estate, you want to follow the things that I teach you in the book Triple My Listings. Triple My Listings, it's a free book that you can get. You follow those principles while you're doing your lead generation, and you will be able to cut so much time out of your day. You'll be able to follow Pareto's principle, and you'll be able to retire early like me and my buddies have done. Hey, hope this has been helpful for you. Focus on the 20% and you're going to have a rocking life. You're going to be able to do what the good Lord put you on earth to do. Hey, share this with your friends. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love to have more subscribers. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And check out some of my other videos where I'm helping you to become all that God created you to be so that you can live the life that you were meant to live. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one.